I will show you how to use the Android Studio emulator inside this video. Good, first thing first, you remember we have installed Android Studio. Now, we will click on the button Create a Flutter Project. And you will click on the first one, you will click Next, and now we have the project name. For now, we will just call it Flutter App Testing. Okay, next we need to have the Flutter SDK path. So this is where we install Flutter. We'll go inside our document, Flutter Dev, Flutter, and we will copy this link. If you remember, you should have download Flutter the same way I did. So you will paste this, and now if you want, you can click the three dots to find the file also, but that I just pasted. You will click on Next. Right there, you have the package name. For now, we will keep it like this, but in further video, we will change the package name. I will click on Finish, and this will create our first Flutter application. This is the main application that Flutter gave us when we start a first project. And right now, what we will try to do, you can click on Fix It if you have this little pop-up. You will click on Fix It. Good. And what we will try to do is to run the project Flutter, our first app, into the Windows emulator. The next step will be to click on AVD Manager. It's on the top corner right there. You will find the icon. This will open a pop-up, and if you don't have a virtual device installed, you will click on Create New Virtual Device. I will do it with you. We will use the Pixel 4, and I will click Next. But if you already have a virtual device, keep it like this. We will also download the Air version, which is the latest version of Android. I will click Download. I will click Accept and Next. This might take 5 minutes to download. You will click Finish. Good. After this, I will click Next. And we have the next pop-up. I will click Finish. Good. So we have Add a virtual device. After, I will click on the play button to run the emulator. You might have the unable to launch. You click OK. Right now, I will just close Android Studio to try again. But the emulator might, the emulator will open still. You might have another pop-up. I will just click OK. And you can see that I have started two emulators by accident. I will close one of them. I will close all the pop-up. And this is just because the computer I use right now is not the best one. So it's pretty slow. If you have a very good computer, this should not matter. So this computer is very slow. Next, I will reopen Android Studio. So Android Studio, I click on it, and this will reopen Android Studio. You can see that my computer is very slow, so it's very hard for the computer to run Android Studio and run the emulator at the same time. I will click on Close the pop-up, and now you see the emulator have some problem. It happens sometime. If it does, just close it and restart. And now you will see it work. Good. Next, you will click on the play button on the top of the screen. This will start the Flutter app. So when you click on it, this should start the Flutter app. This might take 5 minutes. If your computer is slow, it might take 5 minutes. And you can see you have your first Flutter app running on the emulator. I will then go inside the search bar of Windows and I will click CMD. This will open the command prompt and I will write Flutter Doctor. When the command is done, it will load a little bit. When it's done, you will see you have the check mark and it say Connect Device 1 available. So next step is to accept the Android licenses. So we will just copy this sentence, Flutter Doctor Android licenses, because we need to do this also. I will click Enter. And now you will have a series of questions. I will say yes, 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 and yes. This is to accept all the licenses. Good. And I will retype Flutter Doctor once again. So now you see we have 3 check marks. We have the first one near Flutter. This means Flutter is installed. We have another check mark near Android Studio toolchains licenses. This is just the Android Studio license, so it's good. And we have the third check mark, which is around connected device. So everything is fine. And you see you have 2 X, red X near Flutter plugin and Dart plugin. The computer thinks sometimes that the plugin is not installed, but if you remember on the previous video on Android Studio, we have installed these plugins, so everything is fine. Next, I will close the page and I will close the emulator. And yeah, in the next video, we will install Visual Studio Code.